Hello everyone, and welcome back to Railroader and the Silver Overland Railway. It's almost 3 o'clock, we are on day 13. We just come in with the interchange plus a whole bunch of log cars. And the passenger train is slowly coming our way. Now, we're not going to have 10 take care of all this. No. We brought these cars in this morning, and we haven't done anything with them. So now it's time to do stuff with them. So let's do stuff with them. Fortunately, we already have our caboose tacked on. So we're just going to take these, and once the passenger train is in Bryson, we will send this up to the mine. That's okay though, because we do have two engines here that can help us with the rest of the switching. And I do believe we are at least going to send... Yeah, we'll send 2 over here so that it can get ready. 5... No, 5 can wait there. We'll let 10 take its train past. And we do have a little bit of work going on in Whittier as well. Not a lot. We've got, like, 1 log car that needs to go out. Another car that needs to get shuffled to the interchange track. That can wait a bit. Our goal basically is to wrap up in-game today, and maybe set up for in-game tomorrow. Probably just do in-game today, though. I've got things that need to be prepped for in-game tomorrow once we get the branch line open. So we'll send you there. I don't know where my diesel hasn't done anything yet. Can you just, like, not figure out where you're going? Are you just, like, broken or something? Do I need to re-rail you? No? Why you no work? Well then, that's kind of disappointing. Like a game script or something broke. This is an older engine, I'm not sure it's been updated in a while. Well, I guess you're just gonna sit there then, and we'll have to figure out someone else to go do all the other switching. That's annoying. I hope this isn't because I downloaded all of Beeman's diesels. That might have broken something with the diesels. Let's maybe check that. No, there's nothing else there. No. Once again, grab the wrong engine. I don't hear anything, which is kind of concerning. You can see it's doing the exhaust. It was doing the exhaust thing. Yeah, you can see the exhaust. Well, okay, that's a dud. We'll have to deal with that later. Might just have to sell that engine. Shuffle it over to the scrap pile, maybe. Nah, we'll put that in the actual, like, for sale. That's disappointing. In the meantime, you have a whole lot of log cars to deal with. So let's deal with those real quick. Yeah, 10's not going to be able to get out for a little time anyway. And in the meantime, we can actually go back over to Whittier and take a look at what's going on here. We really just need to take this one car and shuffle it onto that track. Everything else here is not ready to do anything yet. Yeah, log cars are still unloading. We filled up the log pond. So this will just be a quick filler task. We do want to probably get this engine turned around. Yeah, we'll just shuffle that there. This is going to be a pretty low-key night, so I don't blame anyone if you want to log off. But if you want to stick around, you know, background music and a bit of chatter. Could be fun for whatever other game you're playing. Not sure I'd actually recommend streaming this as background noise while you're playing Railroader. You'll very quickly get confused about my sounds versus your sounds. As I've noticed when I try to play Minecraft while listening or watching Minecraft streams, it pretty quickly becomes confusing whether that's my creeper that's about to kill me or if it's their creeper. Perfecto. Now you go do the spinny spin. And yeah, you just keep waiting. The passenger train is almost here. Just around the corner. Once that happens, we'll take you straight up to the mine. We've actually run out of cars at the mine. What's the mine at, level-wise? Is it ready? No, we can't take it up to tier 5 yet, so we'll just leave it as is. I think everything else is at tier 5 that can be. And yeah, we've still got the Y blocked off, so we are still shuttle moding this. You can see some of the cars have unloaded. There's still a few others. It'll probably happen later. Mark of 1. When playing with the heavy weather mod on Railroader, you get scared of the lightning. I haven't used the weather mod yet. But then again, the one time I heard about people using it was more than a year ago, and it was still pretty buggy then. Mind you, I'm also the kind of person who plays infinite rails with just the default, just freeze the day, so I'm probably not the best sample size for that. Alright, well you're going there. 5 is making its way up the branch. We do have to pick up 4 cars at Upper Walker. And we've got our 1 car here. I guess something we can do real quick is see if there's anything we want to scrap. It's got to be cheap, though. We do need to save our pennies for, you know, other stuff. It's looking like probably not this time. Yeah, no, I don't think anything here is worth going for a scrap. We could buy this tank car and use it for train service. I think I'd rather have more flat cars and box cars, though. How much are, like, the regular ones? Yeah, these are cheap enough. I could just buy one and we can throw it into whatever service we want. So we might do that. Don't really see why we wouldn't get this one. It's got the highest capacity, the lowest empty weight. It's kind of weird how that works. You're as full as you're gonna get, I think. So we'll tell you to full and water-like. You're doing good. Continue all the way to Whittier. Now, the flat car, unfortunately, we cannot really use as like a multi-service. We can tell it to load somewhere, but that's it. We've kind of decided that green is our color for this. Yeah. AJ Mercer, hello, welcome back. And now we want... Yeah, so we'll tell this to go load at the sawmill. That means we do have to make it go load at the sawmill. So actually, no. We're not gonna... We're gonna switch that to that. We'll just send it off the railroad and see what happens. Although that means we do need to get our caboose out of the way now. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll have you get that, and we'll just let one go refuel. So let's head back to our logger. You've got quite the convoluted mess of cars. You're gonna have to go run around most of them. Yep, that's what we're looking for. Our scrap line's looking pretty thin. I think it's fine though. Just well, there was one cheap engine in here, cheapish. Okay, you know what? Maybe we will buy this one and send it over to the scrapyard. Just so we've got something over there. Go shove that into that. We should probably, yeah, go get coal first. Got like 3 different cars heading to interchange. How's that one set up? Okay, that one is also a load at sawmill interchange. This one I think is probably going to be more like going to freight depots. We'll see. There we go. I don't know why this one's going to the interchange. This one's full. I guess we'll see. I don't think that's supposed to go to interchange. I think that one's supposed to go to the fuel stand. Yeah, why is that? It shouldn't be at the interchange. We'll just see what happens with that. No. That, yeah, that's wrong. I don't know why that's... It says it's going to the interchange, so I guess it's going to interchange. We'll see what happens once it's sat at interchange. In the meantime, you need to run around. Could also, you know, be stuff is bugged. This game is very well developed, but it is still technically early access, so bugs are possible. It's not even supposed to send off railroad, so... Does that change it? No? That's weird. Let's maybe just take this over to the fuel stand track and we'll see what happens. Where's 10 at? Okay, 10 just made it through Hemingway. Pasture train is approaching Ela. Our logger has already made its run around. So now let's just shuffle these cars. Yeah, well, actually, you should probably go pop into the shed just for a little bit. Get the running gear touched up and all that. And then if I take you over to here, what's gonna happen? Can we make all these colors match? Yes. And yeah, you just wait, because there's no outbound yet. How many cars are... How many logs we got here? Not many. To be fair, this only produces like 36 logs a day, and we're brought in enough cars for like 40. So it is going to gradually fall behind. Some of these cars might get redeployed to upper, or then again, we also have a lot of cars for upper. Okay. So we get that money, so let's go find this guy. And then he needs to go up here, where most of our cars are ready. Okay, and 10 is heading up the branch, so just gotta run around, shove the other cars in, drop our caboose, and make our triumphant return. And then someone has to deal with all that, which will probably still be us. So now, have been delivered to the diesel stand shack. Are you actually going to drop off diesel? Or... Well, actually, hang on. Yeah, that doesn't have the right cargo anyway. Okay, well... That's a wash. That was dumb. Don't actually know what's supposed to be going on now. I guess... Okay, I guess you're going to Hollofield. We won't be getting any Hollofield cars for a while, I can tell you that much. I am gonna have to figure out how to go by diesel fuel now. Actually, no. go to that one, because then we can put those over there. And now you need to go, come around. And yeah, so let's purchase that. We're gonna have enough for our research tonight. Well, we do get a lot of money from the logs and the scrap, so... And this will give us a nice income bonus, too. I don't know. I have to cut back our research tonight. I don't like to. I've been trying to increase it, but I think for tonight we will. Oh, another one for the scrapyard. Started putting a Z so it pops up at the bottom of the engine list. Yeah, we are going to need to figure out how to get diesel fuel now. Oh look, there's our passenger train. When you get back to Bryson, we're going to have you fuel back up. Okay, but there's our money for delivering stuff. Let's punt you back to the yard. Put you down here because the next thing will almost certainly be dragging some of these cars out. $95, that's not a lot. Probably gonna have to reload or do a time skip to get more people on. So now we come back to here, because then we'll put our caboose there. Or maybe we come back to here and put our caboose there, and then our caboose can just wander down onto the back of the train. Yeah. So we'll grab this car. And then we'll put these two back here, and then we can take all four of those down. We are going to want to keep an eye on this car because we are going to just be free rolling it. Well, that's going to need to be replaced tomorrow. Going to go ahead and time skip a little bit for the benefit of Whittier. Too much. Yeah, it'll be fine. Oh, look, another car. No. Go get that car first. We're gonna be a little greedy here. And then head back to Bryson. And, okay, we now have two things that need to get taken back to the interchange. Unless this one has decided to work. Doesn't seem like it, though. Well, that's going to make it quite a bit harder to dieselize the railroad, which I forgot to put our goals back up, so that's my fault. It is going to be a while before we accomplish these goals, I'll say that. Oh wow, we got 2 cars now. I'm not going to wait for 3. We're just gonna go. We'll just take these and go. Oh. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. I hope you can get all these out now. But yeah, let's get those back to the spot. We do have 1 car we can now grab out of here. I'm gonna have to start investing in boxcars. We've got a few. They're all the smaller ones, though. Just for kicks. I mean, any of these... Yeah, I didn't think anything would be ready. And I probably wouldn't have grabbed any even if there was one ready. Alright. Nothing else to pick up there, so head back over here. I think all of these cars... Yeah, all these get switched from this side, so maybe we'll just have 10 go handle the remaining switching. I guess we'll have 5 grab all those. Because those ones do face the other way. But yeah, hey, 13 cars... No, wait, 12 cars? 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11 cars, because that counts the engine, the tender, and the caboose. So we've got 5 there. Okay, still just the 1 car there. We now have a car at Ela to pick up. We'll have 12 grab that one. Those will need to go back on 1's train. Guess this is a little bit of a quiet moment now. Well, for like 1 minute. Now we do seem to have a bunch of viewers, so in case anyone's wondering why this series is called Roundhouse Research, we're playing with a mod called Roundhouse Research. And how that works is, we start off with only the weakest equipment. In this case, we started off with that, and we've had to research our way to stronger and stronger power. Now, it looks like there's a lot more than there is, because I've got all these variants with the other tenders. But you'll notice we're only up to the K35 Mikado and the 44-ton switcher, which is not working right now. We also started off with the weakest coaches, the weakest boxcar, the weakest hopper, the weakest tank cars. So we are gradually researching our way to bigger and better things, but it takes a while. As you can see, we've researched our maximum log car effectively. I don't have anything that holds more than 6 logs at a shot. We're getting there on boxcars, still working, haven't touched the hoppers, the pulpit, or the tank cars yet. We have done some passenger car research. And our tractive effort is now up to 35.5 thousand pounds. We started off at 12. Because yes, this game does in fact, or this mod does in fact, account for other mods. Where did that massive amount of money come from? Hang on. Oh, that was from taking stuff... Oh, that was from the passenger train. And also the Robinson Gap delivery. Now, we're also playing with one called, I think it's internal cars. That means we can buy our own freight cars and use them for our own things, not just the log cars. Right now we've got flat car that's going out to interchange empty. We just bought it. One that's loaded up with lumber. Another one that's loaded up with machine parts. And if I take a moment to head back over here, we have a boxcar that goes between the sawmill and Appalachian hardwood. Takes wood to Appalachian and runs back to the sawmill for more. We get a lot of money off of this car. It's a fun mod. I'm not sure if it's going to continue to be supported because the developer has taken a break to go focus on other things. But as long as it works, we're going to try it. I think there is a competing one called like internal waybills, but that's taking other railroads' cars and sending them across your railroad, so yeah, I don't know about that. Passenger train is there. Coal train's going to be kind of slow for a bit. We've got our last batch of cars for rebuilding the Alarka branch. And those are currently unloading. Hopefully they'll finish up tonight in-game. And that way tomorrow we can start working on the Alarka branch. Again, in-game tomorrow. Actual tomorrow I'm going to be watching, or probably at a steakhouse watching the World Cup. Because why not? Log train is there. We might have like 3 trains converging on Bryson at once. Again. It seems to happen. Okay. And so now you go over where? And yeah, we do have Peter sitting here in the shed. And Peter will take anything heading back, which is, at this point, it's looking like that's going to be 2, maybe 3 log cars. And then an engine to send to the scrapyard so that we get more money off of it. Alright, which of you two is going to get into Bryson first? I think the log train is going to just barely be faster. So then we'll send it over to get these out. Let's go follow it, make sure. Yeah, okay, passenger train is there. There's the ground. Okay, yeah, I guess that wasn't as much of a contest as I thought. You're doing pretty good on coal and water, so I won't make you get more. Ooh, I don't know if Finn's gonna be able to take a whole lot more up and out with it. We'll try. We will try, but I don't know. It's going to be a pretty heavy train leaving as is. Might have to have 5 help it get up to Gov Island. These cars might have to wait till the morning train out. I think it'll be fine with that, though. Sawmill's got plenty of logs in it right now. And we do have the ability to run extra log trains as needed. I'm gonna have you wait, and we'll send 11 over to fuel up first. Yeah, actually a decent amount continuing onward. Won't be a full train, but it'll be quite a few. Probably gonna need a look at getting another Boonton coach tomorrow. Our budget is so shoestring, I don't know when that's gonna happen. Maybe I should have gotten the one that's on the used market. Could have had it taken over and fixed up. We'll see what demand is like tomorrow first. Don't know which way 10 is going to come, actually, so maybe we should have 5 hold off a little bit longer. Yeah, we'll have 5... Well, hang on, where did I tell 5 to go? Okay. Do that. Because you'll be safe there, and then we can figure out how to get you over there. There we go. Okay, 10 is gonna come that way, so... First one is... Okay, first one is team track. So you're actually gonna... Well... We'll see. Not sure how it's going to have you do it. It'll probably have you come out this way and drop there. And you've got all your coal. So next is water. This must be a slow day. It feels like it for streaming. We've got a lot more viewers than normal, so welcome everyone. You, I think, can just go hide back here. Actually, let's have you come up here. I think we'll still have one more time skip before we send Peter back. So yeah, you go do your hookup. We did get our tickets, our passenger fares. That goes there, the rest come out. All is well in my soul. Except not on the stream, because it just lagged. It keeps doing that, I don't know why. We'll just put that there. See if the diesel fires up. Doesn't sound like it. I hear it burbling. Okay, hang on. Which way is 5 going? Okay, 5 is going that way. Ten needs to come. Well, let's be nice. Let's hook up the air. And this is our new engine, Paul. If you get this joke, you'll probably get this joke. You might not get that joke. Don't worry. Oh wow. That is a lot of time left. So, and we don't even have enough repair parts for it. Probably gonna have to make an emergency run with the... We'll probably just have 5 drop its boxcar off on the way. Or, yeah, we'll have 5 drop off the outbound stuff. And then we'll put the boxcar there so it can finish unloading. We might have to just get another boxcar full of repair parts to send out, because we might need more soon. Spoiler, spoiler. Okay, yeah, you're just gonna have to wait for a moment. And yeah, you're going that way. Is that inbound car? That's for... Okay, that is for R1. So we'll probably need to stick it on R1. Then move the other cars out of the way so we can get the coal hopper in. You know, once we stop lagging. Saying encoding overloaded. I'm using the fastest encoding preset possible. So, you know, that's kind of annoying. I'll turn Task Manager back on so that next time this happens I can see what's causing it. I mean, it's kind of obvious that Railroader is consuming almost all the memory at the moment, but I think this is a CPU issue. Try closing that. That might help. Stash that boxcar there for a second. Selling that engine will also give us a fair amount of money, but that, I don't know if that hits tonight or when it actually gets interchanged. But I think we're still getting more than what we paid for it, so... We will have used a lot of scrap parts on it, though. It is quite possible that we will not be dieselizing this railroad for quite some time. But we'll see what we can do. The only annoying thing is now it's full of fuel and this thing has a lot less. Now we got 2 outbound cars there. For now, we will flip the waybill so that it'll unload at the repair track. And yeah, we might just need to buy another boxcar and have it load up with repair parts. Again, how? I'm not sure. Let's just see if we can take care of that real quick. So 35-foot boxcar. spending even more money. Head over to the interchange. We're gonna have to get this guy out of the way too. And I think if I tell it to unload repair parts... and then send it off the railroad, I think that'll work. We'll see. It may or may not. Now let's go back to our engine. Might just need to invest more heavily in stuff to scrap. Our pile is getting pretty low. And Monster Jam, hello! Didn't see you there. Hope you're still there. Okay. So now we drop, let's take that over there, and we gotta unload that. None of that's gonna go out for a bit. Okay, 11's making its station stop. We can probably have one get in position to build its train. First things first, we'll need to kick this car over to interchange as well. And thank you for subscribing, Monster Jam. I appreciate it. I do Railroader streams, I do Infinite Rail streams, I do a few shorts, I do videos. I really need to start working on the next video. First I have to figure out why the clips I'd recorded were being goofy. Turns out iPhone doesn't always like downloading stuff to computers, and my GoPro is a little borked at the moment. It's rather unfortunate. I am currently attempting to either unbork or replace said GoPro, which will help with future content anyway. And I'm just kind of being lazy with the next video. I really need to get it kicked out at some point. Hopefully I can just start crawling through it this week. Maybe we'll just have you wait until that car's unloaded. Probably won't take too long. If you mean Thomas the Tank Engine, the answer is who hasn't. If you're referring to some other Thomas, then not sure. So you need to... yeah, move that there. You're waiting, so I'm going to set you to manual. Yep. Heard of him. That's about all I'm going to say on that front. Yeah, we're going to have to pull these cars before we can drop off that next one. Dunk. So we'll put those up here for a moment, because this car goes on the other side, and we don't have a giant crane that can go and drop it over there. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, we'll put one out of the way up here. Car might finish unloading in our next time skip. Well, I guess we could have put those right there. They probably would have fit. That's okay. We're not going to do much. We're going to put those there, put the hopper there, grab those back, shove everything back into here, and then we'll pull these ones out. Wait, no. You are going the wrong spot. You, however, you're in the right place. Ba-da-da-da-da. Okay, yeah, we'll wait until we've done a time skip and we'll see if we can get some more log cars out. Well, that still is going to wait until we get these guys unloaded. Not too worried about that car rolling, not that it's going very far. I just kind of wish it would have rolled further. Kick that one there. Okay, so we're gonna pop back up here and we're gonna do our 4 time skips. 1, 2. Three. So this one will go all the way back to Whittier, and then the next one will just be a shorty back to Bryson. A lot of people. And one more. Which means we'll also have our daily report available. So shove that into there. You collect that. $11 should be ready to go, so we'll send $11 back to Whittier. And then one train will just have to figure out how to navigate around it. And yep, just as I thought. Take that and put it back over here. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. What we're actually going to do here. We're going to drop the caboose. And this will be the back of our train heading back into Bryson. Or into Whittier. You also need to turn this engine, I'm remembering. Or we could just, run it backwards the whole way. Oh, look, we got 2 more cars for interchange. Excellent! So that car goes there, that car goes there. And that one goes back. You know what, we're gonna do this the manual way, because then we can kick them. More fireworks going off. Easy peasy. What was that message? Okay, you're at Hemingway. That's all. So now, come back into the yard, and we'll get the rest of the train built. Yep. That's what we're looking for. And you go up there. You're going to be under repairs for a while. I guess you could knuckle into these cars. Because then we'll just... Oh, hang on. I reach for the task manager and it ends. Go figure. One moment. Alright, you go back there. We'll have you working on some things in a bit. Cat, and now you go get that. We'll start doing up the hoses. There we go. 12's still going to be sitting down there for a bit. You know, we might get that third boxcar. Probably then and only then will it pop out. Where is... Okay, 11 is on that curve. I think I'll tell 1 to go to Gov Island. I think that's as far as we'll make it. We'll probably have to wait for 10's train to get past, too, then. So 10 needs to grab... I'm gonna grab these two, this cut, and then these two. And we do the flippy on the markers. Oh, this one still says Northern Pacific. It's not sorry at all. And head to Gov Island. Highball. You're just gonna run backwards. So shall it be written, so shall it be done. I think that's how the saying goes. Wait. Nope, you stop. You stop. You are not the engine I thought you were. You should be cut out, though. You know, well, we'll do the MU thing just in case it has any power left to help. But I don't think so. In theory, we should be getting another diesel researched tomorrow. We'll see. In any case, I think I'm going to tell 5 to come over here so it can push. Yeah, 11's going to make it in. Ooh, you know what? Let's see. Yeah, I think one's gonna have to hold at Ela instead. And then we'll have it hopscotch to Gov Island. Not a huge fan of that, but don't think it's gonna beat the passenger train to Gov Island. And now we are definitely approaching tonnage for this thing coming out of here. Alright, do we have enough repair parts for you now? Yes. Still says it's going to take a while, though. This engine was totally roasted when we got it. No wonder we got a good deal on it. I'll have you stay cut out, but... Yeah, I don't think one is going to make it to Gov Island for... Well, actually, let's see. You know what? I changed my mind again. One is gonna highball to Gov Island. And we'll just put a fusee here for the passenger train. Because I think the passenger train is actually going to have to wait a little bit to get all its loading and unloading done. We'll push you back a bit so you'll be ready to go out. We'll see how this works. 'Cause yeah, 10 now needs to clear this switch. Oh, and we're gonna have to make the stop in Ela, unless... Unless we have you put these over here, and then you run up to Ela and grab the one car, which might be the better way to do that. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the better way to do that. Because... that way 10 can go straight through Ela into Whittier and not lose speed on this stretch as much. I hope. That could be flawed. Yeah, I think number 1 can probably get to Gov Island in good time. Alright, let's see. Save. 10, go there. You highball. And we'll just have to remember to cut you off when you get to Gov Island. Because then you will run back down the hill. This hill isn't super steep, but it is kind of steep. Okay, yeah, 1 will make it to Gov Island, no issue. Once you get past the upper switch, I'll drop the fusee. It helps that, again, number 1 can actually go faster because it's got a caboose on it, so the AI will let it go faster. I need to get an observation car for this other train. But I need to research the ops car first. So the pattern's going to be go into the yard, drop the caboose somewhere. We'll take this over to the scrap track and put the other flats in the yard. Yeah, that'll work. And there's our passenger train. And yeah, once this gets to Whittier, we'll just do a short turn back to Bryson. Which means that actually we should probably have 10 come in... just come in over here. Both of those cars are done, not too surprised. We got one there. I'm not going to go up the Walker branch again tonight, though. And these cars are also gradually finishing up. Let's take a quick look. So you still have 20 tons of ballast, 20 tons of ballast. You're full. Yeah, I think it's basically just the ballast toppers. And one carload of ties. So we'll see, but hopefully those finish tonight, otherwise we lose the entire tomorrow for freight service on the Alarka branch. You can bet I am going to be very carefully advancing time tonight. Because I want that to finish before midnight. Or more specifically, I want that to finish and then me to set all the industries at Alarka before midnight. This is pretty heavy. Unless 10 is slacking on the throttle. Ten might be slacking on the throttle. Come on, Andrew. Philip's trying to do a lot of work here. Okay, well, you are now ready, so you can go shove this to there. I want you to keep shoving until 10 makes it to the crest at the other end of Gov Island. But we can tell 10 to head into the yard, or tell 1 to head into the yard. Okay. Bye, train. Hope you find your master mechanic. We will put the two cabooses together, so just head on back. And 11 is making its station stop. Oh, you need to go. What's doing it? What's doing it? What was doing it? Once again, as soon as I look at what's doing it, it stops. It looks like it was just like random Windows processes, though. Dang. Maybe I should look at Linux? I don't know. Okay, passenger train now needs to move it. Because 10 is coming up on it pretty quick. And we're coming into the yard. Probably gonna overbrake. Yep, just the random assortment of processes randomly stealing CPU. Yep, too much brake. It always does this. It's kind of annoying. There we go. Okay. 11 needs more speed, but I think it'll be able to get that. And yeah, we'll just send 12 over to get that car in a moment. And then number 1 can, well, I guess, service up and head back into the Roundhouse. We might just let you sit outside tonight. Turn around, though. All you gotta do is turn around. Shove that in there. Well, yeah, we'll have 5 grab the cabooses and stash them up there. Where is 5? I guess it has to go slower because it doesn't have a caboose. There it is. Okay. Passenger train has successfully gotten ahead of the freight. Yeah, turning off my own stream like, not watching my stream seems to help with the lag issue. So now what we'll do... we'll have you come up to here, because the passenger train won't come this far. And then follow the passenger train to Gila. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Passenger train, and we will tell it where to take people to. Just those two places this time. We're not going all the way up to Hemingway. And most of our people are going to Bryson and Ela, so that'll work out. Might do a little time skip. Where's 10 at? 10 did lose speed through this area, which doesn't surprise me. It is actually uphill, and this train is pretty darn heavy. Which tells us that our diesel really is doing nothing in its port. I think it's a mod issue. You shove into there. 5 is there. So number 1's morning outbound train will probably involve taking these logs and then whatever cars also finish up. Shove all that together to consolidate. You are now there. You're still unloading. Oh, we got a lot of people to unload still. No, don't do that. And we'll have 5 wait until 1's back so that we don't collide the two. We need to go up further now. Actually, yeah, 5 can make it back to the servicing area. 12's just waiting on this dang passenger train. Which we're gonna skip a little bit. And 10 can actually now continue all the way to where I wanted it to go. My big concern was making sure 10 went on the bypass track. Alright, so 11 now goes back to Bryson. And 12, by whatever means it feels necessary, which is probably meaning it's gonna try and go backwards, but that's okay. Yep. It's gonna senselessly take the siding. That's okay. You go up to Ela. And we're gonna go follow 10 for a bit. Everything in this train except this car goes to interchange. So we'll drop all those off, and then we'll take the one car over to here. Oh, well. I guess we'll let you do your thing first. We'll run... Oh, too far. Oh, we're lagging again. Yeah, just like, again, random Windows processes deciding, oh, we need to steal all your frames. We'll put you there. So I think that is still like an engine track. Yeah. So yeah, this now all goes to there. What is this thing? Windows audio device graph isolation. It's not working very well. Just eating at my CPU. You should change your name on YouTube, but keep the... What? I do not think I understand your comment. Shorts and toys and live streams. I don't do toys, is the thing. I do some model railroad stuff. I do some real railroad stuff. I don't really do toys, and I'm trying not to do as many streams or shorts, to be honest. I kinda do them, but it's not one of my main things. And I have tried doing like Bandan Railroad Channel in the past. I think I just like Bandan. Much simpler. There's 11, there's 12. 10 is rocking. I guess I don't really have any other engines at the moment. But nah, I do too much other stuff. I'm not gonna change the name. Bandan, nice, simple, to the point. Okay, that'll work. We're kind of dumping coal off the side of the tender. Doink. Too much. Okay, so did that get everything? It did get everything where it needs to be. Look at all that money. Money, money, money. So now we'll take care of that one. Yeah, it's just like random tasks suddenly decide they want more CPU. It leans over and it gets brown. That's what happens in this game. I'd put it back on the tracks, I'd run it to the repair shop and let it sit for a bit. But that doesn't happen very often, especially since I'm typically using the auto engineer as opposed to running it myself. And spin, spin, spin. No, wait, spin's not on this channel. Turny, turny, turn. There we go. Okay. Back it in. Technically, I should have it facing forward going in, but meh. And you're done for the night. So basically all we have to do is get the passenger train in. And you're gonna grab that car and take it back. Full train heading to Bryson though. Take this one down so it can reload. We'll stick it there. And then guess we just have you go park and 12 will put the caboose somewhere. Don't know where we're gonna put that other car. Maybe 12 will need to run around it. We'll figure it out. Okay, and yep, we got money for that too. Let's look at our research. I think we can bump our research back up. At the moment, we're basically just waiting for that to get back and that to get back. The walker cars we'll deal with tomorrow. Those cars we'll deal with tomorrow. These ones, let's go take a look and see. 16.4 tons, so they should unload tonight. Now, obviously that's a should, not a will, but they should. We are going to have to figure out how we're going to service Alarka tomorrow, because our next freight engine will not be ready yet when the first interchange hits. And yeah, you are going to be hungry for coal. Hungry for coal and hungry for water. 12 is going to be a bit. Unfortunately, we cannot actually change how fast things move in-game. Everything moves in real time, you can just sometimes make the clock skip. How's our caboose doing, actually? Yeah, that one's in pretty good shape. Some of the other ones might be getting a little crusty, though. We should be keeping an eye on our equipment and, like, what condition it's in. Okay, now those ones are also still pretty good. All these log cars. Those ones are pretty good. Those ones are pretty good. I know we just repaired a few of the ones that are currently up the branch. Yeah, Andrew's our primary freight engine. Paul's also going to be over there. We need a Timothy. Peter's kind of our primary passenger engine, but yeah, we've got Paul, we've got Andrew now. Should make a Timothy. I need to buy a Timothy. Although first I'm going to have to replace John because, yeah, not working for some reason. Okay, so we unload all these people, we shove the cars in here, then we'll go water our engine. We're probably going to end up making the endpoint for this train in Alarka in the future as opposed to Bryson. Although we're going to need to figure out how to stock Alarka with repair parts first. It's going to take a while to unload everyone. So let's go watch number 12 as it comes back into town. So most likely next stream is going to be at our usual time, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific. And we'll probably again be back on Railroader. We might do a stream Friday for Infinite Rails again. Because, I mean, I think I enjoy playing that game more than Railroader right now. Just is what it is. Now, I do hope that people figure out how to make mods for Infinite Rails soon, because it would be fun to have some. Bunch of SD70 Max, Hall and Cole. Yeah. This is going to take a while. So what we need to do, I guess, is shove into the caboose, shove past this track. We'll have 10 pluck off the boxcar. 12 will take the caboose back into the shop. Or maybe 12 takes the caboose there. 10 plucks off the boxcar and puts it there, then both engines run back to the shop. I think that's how we do that. How's our passenger train unloading? Still working on it. Why are you moving? You shouldn't have been moving. That's gonna take even longer to unload everyone. Bonk. Check our switches. That switch is not correct. The rest are. Alright, now we'll send 10 to get that car out. Okay, now that you're actually empty, go drop your train... Actually, go drop your train there. Because then in the morning we can just back out and run up to the platform. Now, admittedly, I like to put the combine at the front, but we can... Well, actually, can we? Nah. You know what? Never mind. Forget I said that. I'll just still put it there. Because these cars are a little dinged up today. Starting to get close to needing an overhaul. Well, I guess they're not really that close. I don't remember how much mileage they started with. They've been running a lot on this railroad. And you know what? We're gonna do a 1 hour time skip. And then I'm just gonna very slowly time skip and see if we can get the Alarka branch to finish real quick. How much time is left? How much is left? Okay, we're getting pretty close. And hey, there we go. That's what we wanted. So now we can set up all these. Because that's what we were looking for. We're going to max out our tiers on all of them. And now, of course, first thing we're going to have to do tomorrow is, you know, put all those probably over here so we can actually get up the branch. So, actually, you know what? That means I probably should put 11 here, because it's not going to be able to get up to Alarka for a bit. So we can send it to Whittier first. Yeah, because then we can just come straight in, back on, head to the platform, and go. As opposed to, you know, having to run out here and then figure out how to get turned around. Just means we'll be running our passenger train backwards for a little bit. That's okay. Wouldn't be the worst thing to ever happen to it. So now we just gotta coal you up. Again, manual this. Just because of how this modded engine is set up, it doesn't like to run at full throttle. It actually runs best at 95 or less. Because it has wheel slip otherwise. So, end of this song, we're going to call stream. Because I want food. But, you know, stick around for the next 3.5 minutes. Once again, we'll be streaming again Monday. We'll be picking up in-game tomorrow with the Alarka branch. There might be a couple surprises up there, so might not be as straightforward as it looks to get service running. But we'll see. Now, of course, our end game is to get to Silva as well. Want to deslice the railway, and we want to research everything that we possibly can, which is going to take a while. Because, see that? Every $1,000 gets us 500 pounds of tractive effort. And we're going to have to be in the hundreds to finish. Now, it's possible if there's someone over in Silva who might be able to speed that up for us, just saying. So, we might have to try and get to Silva a bit faster, but first I want to digest Alarka. Because, you know, there's a lot to do at Alarka. We want to make sure that's all set up. And then we're going to have to buy that massive fleet of pulpwood cars in order to serve Silva. And then we'll have to be running them up and down the Walker branch, because Connolly is still closed from that fire a few in-game days ago. That's why we're running everything up the Walker branch. It makes things a little more tricky. But it is a lot more interesting than just up Connolly, down Connolly. Yeah. And I do intend to run this this series until either we've completed all our tasks, or MOW comes and the original version of the game is eventually wiped out. Because MOW update will change everything. There's supposed to be a legacy version after it comes out, but that'll only be for however long the legacy version lasts. When that eventually ends, this series will have to end and we'll do something different. But MOW will make things interesting, I'm sure. I also might switch to another game, I don't know. A lot of people are doing Railroader. That is all stuff that is to be determined, as they say. But for the time being, we're going to call it a night as we back this engine off. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to catch us again Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Until then, have a good night, take care, and go in peace.